Right, so this is my second time recording this now. Um, I the first time I recorded this, I was doing things way too quickly. Um, Also turns out that this mod that I'm going to use didn't have a Carcols, which is what you need uh, to convert a car to be able to have hydraulics. So that's going to be included as a part of this tutorial is how to add Carcols dot meta to a mod that doesn't have one. So first thing we're gonna do is open up Windows in OpenIV, um, or the Windows version of GTAV, obviously. Um, so you should have a mods folder. I mean, you shouldn't be doing this stuff if you don't know what you're doing. Um, it's not the easiest thing to do. So as we want to go to our mods where we keep our cars. Um, whoops. There we go. So you want to go open up the mod that you downloaded, go to add-on, or if it's replace, that makes it 10 times harder because you need to make the car an add-on. So I recommend doing this to a car that is an add-on. If your car is a replace, I suggest looking up a tutorial that teaches you how to turn a car into an add-on. So what we're gonna do is just drag and drop our car over to OpenIV, so we can close that now. Now the first thing we want to do is open up our mod, and then we go into data. So this is where the game learns about our car. So I'm going to pull this over to the side. I'm going to open up another OpenIV so I can refer to another mod that I have, and I suggest you do this too. That makes this a lot easier. So you want to go where your mods are, and then also grab a mod that you know has hydraulics. If you don't have one installed already, I recommend grabbing the either this 1964 Impala lowrider that's on GTA 5 mods, or the 1949 Cadillac Fleetwood lowrider that's also on GTA 5 mods. Both of those cars will have Carcols, and will already have the lowrider suspension information there. So what we're going to do is go to our car that we know has hydraulics, go to data, and then we go to Carcols. So you see on the right here that this has no Carcols, and that's a really important thing because this is where all the mod kit stuff is. So basically anything, you open up, you go into Alice Customs and you see all the modding information. That's what this is. So you see here VMT armor. So this is all the armor information, values, and how much weight it adds. And you see stuff like your horn there. So what we're going to do is go down until we see... Sorry, we're not going to do that yet, but this is where the hydraulics information is. So you see here, VMT wheels or rear or hydraulics. Cars that don't have hydraulics will probably just say VMT underscore suspension or something along the lines of that, but you want to have the one that says VMT wheels, rear or hydraulics. So what we're going to do now is exit out of that and then right click and extract or control E. So we're going to go to our GTAV extracts. I have that on my desktop because I make mods and I need to grab textures or base models or extract my own mods. Ignore that, I'm not sure what that is. 67 Impala. Okay, cool, that's great. Same as that. Cool, that's cool. So I made a folder called Carcols for Town Car, which is the car that I'm converting to have hydraulics. So if someone's coming to my house, that's great. Carcols for Town Car. You can make a folder on your desktop. Doesn't have to be GTAV extracts. Just make a folder just for this. And then select folder. So we can just minimize this for now. We'll come back to this. It'll help us. So you want to navigate to where you just extracted your Carcols to. So where is it? GTAV extracts. There we go. Okay, cool. So Carcols for Town Car, here we go. Let me just put it there. So if you've got edit mode enabled, we can just drag and drop that over there. So you'll see it says 1967, 67 Impala mod kit. So what we need to do now, I'm just going to close this now. I'm going to open up my other OpenIV just as a reference, just in case. You don't have to have your screen split this as either, it's just for convenience. So what I'm going to look at first is the car variations.meter. So the car variations.meter will tell you first whether there's a mod kit, but almost certainly that there won't be a mod kit if there's no Carcols. So we'll scroll down to the very bottom. So you can see here, 0 default mod kit. So basically that's saying this has no mod kit. So I guess we'll have to add one. So what I'm going to do is I usually correlate the value of the number here to the year of the car. So it's always it's a good way to do it. Unless you're doing multiple cars from the same year, then maybe you can change it up then, but that doesn't happen very often. So unless you're making a shitload of mods, which if you are, congratulations, you have a very very good work ethic, which I don't have. Anyway, so the model of this car, I'm just gonna save this again. So the model of this car will be at the top of car variations. So we can just copy that there. Come back down to the bottom. And paste that. Nope, okay, sorry. I didn't hit it. So we can just paste that now. So 2010 Town Car 2010 mod kit. This is the number, the name of the number of the mod kit. So it won't conflict with other mod kits. Then we have the name of the model, and then we have mod kits to tell the game that that's what the mod kit is. So we're gonna save that. That's all we need to do for the car variations.meter. What I will do, which I should have done before I closed it, is just copy this here. Just copy this line. We'll need to add it to the Carcols. So now we're gonna open up our Carcols. If you grabbed it from another vehicle, you'll notice at the top it'll say whatever the name of the vehicle is. We're just gonna paste that there. The ID value is what this is. The value that we set before. So we're just gonna paste that there. And like I said, it was a 67 Impala. The ID value was 1967. So that's kind of what I mean by setting it to the year of the. I mean, it's just a preference thing, but it's really up to you what you set it. It's just if there's a conflict, if you have a mod installed with the same number, the same ID value, it'll conflict, and I don't know what happens when that happens, but it might crash the game, it might not spawn the cars, I don't know. It's I've never had that happen before, but I just know that they can't be the same. So we can hit save on that. The other thing that we need to do in Carcols is just type in VMT in the search bar, and that's just so we can bring up all the different modifiers, all the different parts for the car. So we scroll down here, like I said before, we got the horns, blah blah blah. So, like I said before, and I'll talk a bit more about it now. Usually, on a car without hydraulics, it'll just say VMT, rear suspension or suspension or whatever. Um, what you need to do usually, if you're doing this for a car that didn't have agreement from a Carcols that didn't have it, you'd have to copy and paste and just replace these the type of the wrist suspension there. So you just go along and do that. The other thing that I'll mention about this is the modified value. So you see it's 10, 20, 30, 40. So the main thing here is that it's going up in even values. So if this was 15, this would have to be 30 because that's double 15, and then would add 45 to that because that's 15 more than 30. Then we'll add 60 to that because that's 15 more than 45. You get the idea. It has to be consistent like that. So whatever the initial value is, you have to add that to the second one, third one, and the fourth one. So keep that in mind. What these modifiers do is tells the game how much suspension raises off the vehicle frame. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is not going overboard with this. I mean, you can if you want. The only issue with that is if you add too much. The thing about the way that the GTA 5 hydraulics works is that the front suspension locks up just as high as the rear suspension, which is not realistic. It's personal preference at the end of the day. Personally, I like it to be realistic as possible. Personally, I wouldn't go higher than this. Because the stiffness and the bounciness is all determined by the vehicle's handling data. If you just this is just sets how much it raises by, and yeah, I mean it's once like I said it's just personal preference. You can add as much as you want in keeping with what I said before. Make sure you're increasing it by the initial value. But other than that, that's fine. Don't need to worry about the lights ID. The ID here is different to the one we're using for the mod kits. So yeah, so we'll save that now. So I need to open up vehicles meta next. So we'll type up here and search. We'll just go flags, and it'll bring you to this line here. So flag average car, flag has interior extras. So basically, what flags are is it tells the car information. Basically what vehicles meta is doing. I mean, it's just stuff like that. Makes number of same cars, spawn for frequency, LODs information, car sounds. What else? I mean, the layout, the dials, textures, etc. Swankness, which is fun. Turn swankness up to 5. The more people, the more the PEDs comment on your car. If your swankness is set to 5, the PEDs will take out their phone. Blah blah blah. Stuff like that. I mean, it's not really relevant to this tutorial, but if you don't know what vehicles meta does, it just does stuff like that. So what we want to do is grab this line here. Flags has lowrider hydraulics. So we're just going to copy that and then paste it. And that's all we need to do there. Nothing really else to say. I mean, we could change that to lowrider, but it's no point really. Audio name. I mean, we could change that, but we don't need to. That's all just personal preference stuff, like I said before. But if you really just want to add hydraulics to your car, then this is all you need to do is just change the suspension in the Carcols and add the flags to the vehicle's meter, and that's it. So we're gonna save that now. I'll include the stuff in the description. For people that just want to copy and paste it. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to read this shit out because that would annoy me as well. Because I've been there. You know, if someone says type this and the thing, and it's like a massive line, you're just like, why the fuck could you not just put that in the description? Anyway, load up GTA. We'll check that it works. Obviously, you need to add the mod to your DLC list. If you installed mods before, you know that you need to do that. Basically, what that is just going to update common data DLC list and then just adding it. So I've already got it down there because it's my second time recording this tutorial. But yeah, let's just let the game load up. The reason why I don't have the game audio turned on is because um, I have a custom song. It's a Snoop Dogg song, and I can't I can't have that playing, obviously, for copyright reasons. So enjoy the silence. Anyway, we're in game now. Just want to spawn the car in, so there it is. And one of the main things that you'll be able to tell is that it will have modkit IDs. If it says modkit ID and it says 0, you've done something wrong. So you'll need to go back and go and see what you did wrong, pretty much. So yeah, there we go. Hydraulics. There's no, I mean, this is not my mod, so I can't resize the wheels or anything. I don't know what V-Stancer is about these days. I mean, last time I used V-Stancer, you couldn't have it for lowriders. You couldn't even have it installed because of brake suspension. So I'm not really sure where it's at nowadays. So we'll take it to Alice Customs or Benny's, as I've got the Benny's mod installed, and I'll show you that you can actually change things on this car other than repaint it, because before you add the mod kit, you wouldn't have been able to do anything with this car other than repaint it. So just chuck some paint on, change the wheels. Obviously the spokes are just gonna look stupid because they're so big, but fuck it, we'll put some Zeniths on. Shit. So yeah, I mean, that's that really. There's nothing else to it. If you need any help or anything, I mean, my Discord is also in the description, so you can just hop into the Discord, ask away. There's a lot of people in my Discord that know what they're talking about, for the most part, anyway. But yeah, thanks. And like I said, if you need any help, let me know, and I'll leave everything that you need in the description below. So